Guys, welcome back to Clockwork Dandy Noodles. I am sorry about the delay. I was at Insomnia I-68. I am happy to say I am back and I'm going to try and get through all of the backlog of videos, starting with Dance Danseur episode 2. I always love saying that. It sounds so cool. I don't know why. Such a great episode. I was really excited to get back to my anime. I had so much fun at con. I actually did Black Swan on the Friday of con. So seeing the Swan Lake references this week, very, very excited because I love the Black Swan piece. Seeing Junpei also get very excited during that made me very, very happy. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. There are gonna be a few changes coming your way very shortly on the channel itself, with a possibility of a second channel. I've been away really thinking about how to lift the channel, what to do, how to continue doing what I love. So I absolutely love cosplay, but I also love anime. I'm not sure it would work having them on the same channel, but again, you can comment down below if you want to have a little say in the matter. Anime and cosplay, so I get to do both, but these are all early planning. There's going to be a lot going on. We are trying to hit 1K on this channel. Please make sure you guys are subscribed, and please do, if you can, share it with anybody who you think is watching this anime and might want to just get some more content by me talking about it and maybe get excited by it as well. I am aiming to hit 1K by the end of the year so we can do some live streams. The plan is to start doing more live streams, have miniature talks. I am going to plan and open a Reddit. I don't know how, but I'm going to work it out. We're going to have a Reddit. I'm going to try and have a Ask Me Anything type page where we can start doing some questions and answers and just get things moving. So without further ado, let's get on with the episode because we're here to talk about Junpei. Junpei this week is still struggling, really wanting to do the ballet, but also not wanting to do ballet. He's very split, without even realizing, without even thinking, dancing and doing the one thing that his body naturally wants to do. Trying to work out whether it's ballet he wants to do, because at the end we are told that he's skipping both ballet and his martial arts. He is forced to go on a ballet date, which is quite nice between students. He does ruin it by falling asleep, and if I had a partner who fell asleep on a date, I wouldn't be impressed. If it was a first date in particular, I think it's a bit of a red flag, but I do get it. There are some shows that you love to pieces, but there are certain bits in them that make you really excited. The start of Swan Lake is nice, it's all lovey-dovey. The bits that actually gets Junpei awake and snaps him back into the room, Adele. Of course, I have cosplayed this. It's a cosplay I really, really like. I also love the piece in particular. It's one of my favourite pieces. I think it's powerful, elegant, it is seductive. And of course, because you've got the second character of Rothbert controlling our swan, and she's a puppet. There's some really nice movements between the two where he will place an arm down and she will go down, and he'll raise his arm back up again and she comes back up. Really like that kind of motion between the two. It's a really nice piece, and I'm very happy that is the piece that ends up getting Junpei's attention. It is possible to love a show to pieces, but really only be moved by a certain character or a piece in particular. I am a huge Phantom of the Opera fan. Generally by the second half of Phantom, I am starting to flag a little bit. All of my favourite pieces, bar the graveyard sequence, they are in the first act. So in the second act, I'm not as focused. I'm generally looking at costumes by this point. I'm not as much engaged with the actual show itself. Plus, I've seen it over 16 times on stage. I love how absolutely motivated Junpei gets when he ends up seeing something that he wants to try, being spurred on. And with Junpei, he's so competitive. He always tries to see if I can do it better. I want to do this. That's what motivates him. And I like that. There's nothing wrong with being motivated by wanting to give something a shot. A very odd MC, but I also like him as an MC. I think he's quite fun to watch. Him getting embarrassed a little bit later on as well is absolutely hilarious, and it's a nice break in the character too. A very nice moment of him trying to lift her up and her coming collapsing down upon him. It's a really nice moment. I love the fact that it's a very down-to-earth moment because they're literally both on the floor. He realizes, I'm not perfect at everything. I can't do everything I'm seeing. You do need training. You need to develop muscles in a certain way without it actually ruining your figure or anything. It's an inspiration for him. Possible attraction that he starts to get with the crush upon Miyako is a great inspiration for the prince, because that is the prince's character. He ends up initially falling in love with the white swan, and it's innocent. It's a happy, nice love until he meets the black swan. I also really like how happy Miyako is just to start dancing with somebody when she's all bubbly, excited for him to take her waist. I am going to call Rio Liao Mori because that is actually his first name. Much better for you guys who get frustrated if I make mistakes. So we're going to call him Mori. We are told that he stops dancing. We can imagine that Miyako's been dancing on her own, no prince or anything. And then that's why she gets excited when she sees Junpei. Having someone to dance with makes her really excited. And I can really sympathize because I like the idea of singing with somebody. I like the idea of having a partner to sing with, but there's not really anybody to do that with. On the rare occasions I have had somebody to sing along to, I get so excited by that. It motivates me. I really enjoy it. I do think it's absolutely hilarious seeing our bold, brash MC crumbling and becoming very, very embarrassed to take her away. So I do really hope we do get to see the two dancing the White Swan piece. It's really nice. I do like the piece in general. I like the costumes. I'm very happy that we get to hear some of the Tchaikovsky pieces this week as well. I really hope that the little tease we get of them dancing together is from later in the show. Sometimes shows like this will put in a piece from the end and they tease. This is a slight tease of what is coming your way. Or it could just be his imagination of pretending he is the prince or seeing himself as the prince and that is the princess. Finally introduced to the rival. It's about time because every good sports anime needs a rival and a good rival at that. So we are introduced to the character of Mori. We have been told already that Mori is strange. All of the classmates, despite the fact he's not actually attending school or anything, they are all saying Mori is very strange. Mori is very odd. Mori has shut himself away. He doesn't really want to interact with people anymore. Up until this point, he's really just been a figure that is spoken to via a door. So it's the first time we get to see him. I absolutely love the design. Almost a polar opposite compared to our MC, our bold, brash MC with a darker look. Mori has those beautiful, graceful silver looks. This week's episode is a bit of a Black Swan reverse. Now we have a rival here to take away the princess. We have two princes fighting over a princess. Our tutor wanting to push both of the students in her own little way, and I like the way that she's starting to be portrayed as Roughbert herself. I like this little meddling she's got going on. She really wants Junpei to dedicate himself. That is the point. And she knows that Junpei is competitive. So encouraging Mori to come back and dance is a win-win because Mori is also a prodigy. If you get both of them back, you suddenly gain two very strong candidates for your dance school. She is definitely playing the role of Roughbert, but I do love the determination that suddenly being riled up by the idea of a prince, a very good prince at that. We see Junpei start to really try and hype himself up to be the prince. I do think the hormones at this point are definitely helping him get motivated, probably the most motivated we've seen so far. Up until the point when he actually discovered Mori dancing, he was very determined to dance in the festival. He even says, if it's gonna make her happy, I am happy to dance. So he had just come to a conclusion in his head and then suddenly added a rival into the mix. Suddenly he is confused. Suddenly he doesn't think he wants it anymore because he feels that somebody can do better than him. I want to know what promise was made between Mori and the tutor because something has been promised to get him back to do this, to come out and dance and also attend school. I think him suddenly appearing at school was planned by the tutor as well, trying to motivate Junpei to get into the dance and actually dedicate himself. Junpei in the black and Mori in the white. At this point, you can ask the question, which one is actually the prince? Which one's the black swan? Which one is the white swan? Roughbert right now is the tutor. So who is going to end up playing who? The tutor seems pretty adamant that the prince is going to be played by Junpei. Junpei likes the idea of this, but Mori seems to be looking down upon Junpei. To be fair, you can't blame him. It's somebody who has been quite strict and taken dance all their lives, suddenly seeing somebody like Junpei mocking the role and going, ha, you got to wear stupid makeup. This idea of gender roles. The end sequences for next week do seem to show Mori dancing in a dress. We have Junpei move to tears. It is an anime that is challenging the idea of gender norms and I really like it. But it's also all about making Junpei jealous because he's a very competitive person. He only seems to be motivated when there is competition involved. Adding in a rival is hopefully going to drive him in the right direction. I mean, it could also drive him in the wrong direction and make him quit as he does start to skip. I think in the right way, he could also be motivated to do his best. I like how the rivals are both polar opposites. Junpei is also said to be very unconventional if they want to play the role of the prince because Junpei is short. Roughbert is meant to be a very dark, commanding figure. I would have imagined that Roughbert would be a very tall character and he would benefit from the addition of the height, and the prince could be a bit more feminine because I have just fallen in love. I am new to love. I haven't turned into a man quite yet. Even just for a festival, I can see Junpei easily playing the prince. But I do enjoy the build-up we have to grabbing the waist and the comedy and the brief moment where we get the pair up of the tutor and we also get Junpei going, ha, I did it. And she's like, nice, I like it, well done. That was a really nice little moment which made me chuckle. But we are finally given a little bit of information on the rival's backstory. Mori had a very strict tutor all the way from young. So you can imagine that Mori is somebody who was dedicating every single moment to dance, possibly having no friends, no time to do anything that he actually enjoyed. And that's explaining why there's a lack of poor social skills there and why Junpei knows he's very, very good at what it is. I really like the lighting in this next sequence. It's nice. And we also get Junpei acknowledging how good Mori is, because just because you're rivals doesn't mean you can't acknowledge how good somebody is. You can also go, that person is good. That person could even be better than me. It really does feel like a reverse plot of Black Swan. Black Swan is all about the idea of love and jealousy. The White Swan, she ends up dying because the prince falls in love with the wrong princess. Junpei here getting very jealous because Junpei really did like Miyako and now believes that Miyako likes Mori, and this makes him angry, perhaps similar to the White Swan who feels hurt by the idea of the prince going in the wrong direction, which I really, really like. I'm a little bit worried that Junpei skipping some time is going to end up with them going, okay, you can't dance, you've not done anything, I'm going to give the role to somebody else for the actual show. I'm not sure if Miyako likes Mori, because we're not really given much information. She definitely wants him to make friends, but I also thought the two were cousins. We were given the information that they were possible cousins. If that is the case, maybe it's not a romantic thing, but I really care about you as family. This week is all about Junpei's struggle to balance the idea of what is it that he really wants. He started to skip on martial arts. He's starting to skip on ballet. There's now this addition of the idea of making a band with a friend. He is very lost. He doesn't really know what to do. He's going through the motions of doing everything until he finds something he can settle with. At the end of the day, what is it that Junpei really wants? I do like the mix. We have the pop music with the ballet added together. It's really, really nice. I really enjoy that sequence. It's also a screenshot I used when I was promoting the piece of him jumping up into the streetlight. I like that piece. It's a really nice picture. I don't know if it's going to be my thumbnail or not. It might be. The end credit is absolutely nice. It's stylized just like the open as well. We've got this cutout, really nice colors going on. It's very anime with almost a newspaper feel to it. I like it. Really nice ED, a solid ED as well. Absolutely loved this week's episode. Can't wait to see where it goes next week. It definitely looks like next week could be a bit emotional because we definitely see Mori jumping in a dress. What is the idea of manliness is going to be put to the test, as we even see Junpei crying at how beautiful something is, and I don't know what it is. So really can't wait. I am really thoroughly enjoying the first few episodes of this anime. Really can't wait to see where it goes. Been a long time since I've done a dance/sport anime on the channel, so very happy to break it down with you guys. Thank you guys so much. If you like the video, make sure you are leaving comments, giving it a nice big thumbs up, because it makes me know what I can continue with, what's going well on the channel. Last week, both the Requiem and this video did equally as good, so we're going to keep an eye on how things are doing. Requiem was basically smashing every single anime episode last season, so we're going to see if anything can topple Requiem's power on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you're all well and had a very good Easter. I will see you guys again soon for another video. Bye bye guys.